Second hour of the show. This is Hope at Dawn, right here at Hope TV, where you look and you live. Thank you so very much for keeping us company. Told you that once we are back, we are having the Monday conversation, and this is financial fitness conversation. And today we are continuing with the part B, if you want, of a conversation that we began last week. This is career growth and development, and that is what we began with last week. And so this is very important to them that are seeking the trajectory of career. How do I pick careers? Where do I start? For them already in careers, how then do you grow and develop yourself? And to help us with this conversation, our guest is already in studio. But remember, we want you to be part of this conversation. Get us across all our social media platforms, and also you can get us on WhatsApp 0708 222 323. And of course, any query, any question, any clarification, we will be here to try and answer all those questions as well. So right about now, allow me to welcome our guest. He is Kamiri Samuel. He is a career consultant, and he is from Career Track Africa. And Mr. Kamiri, karibu sana, not Karemi. Kamiri. Karibu sana, and it's good to see you.
Happy to see you.
Karibu.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be back at Hope Media, Hope
Yes.
TV. Yes.
Karibu sana.
Asante.
I was telling you I like your green. There's something.
And also I've had comment it is an expensive
color.
It's an expensive color.
Yeah, that is what one of us said.
So I connect with the word.
Who are you to refuse the word? You connect.
I connect with that.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
You've been well?
I've been very well.
All right.
That time has been very good for me.
Mm-hmm.
And the Easter time.
Yes.
And we thank God to be back.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen. Maybe for purposes of someone who is maybe getting to listen to you for the very first time, a brief introduction of yourself.
So my name is Kamiri Samuel.
Yes.
People call me Mr. Kamiri because in so many areas I've been.
Yes.
So I'm a teacher by profession. I've said I've done quite a number of things in teaching. But the beauty with my profession is that from the day one I was taken to school, I've never left. So I've dealt in school in different perspectives.
Yes.
Teaching, writing books, and then now banking, and now of course now dealing with careers.
Yeah.
So I work with Career Track Africa, and we are there to ensure that we grow people to understand whom they are and to align them with their passions and their profession.
Yeah.
Yes, both learners, close the schools, and even the professionals and corporate.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. And that's why you are the right person for this conversation, career growth and development, because you see, you started as a student, then you graduated to a teacher, taught, and then you decided, you know what, it's time to grow.
Yes.
It's time to develop.
It's time to develop.
Yeah, and so that is what we are talking about, career growth and development.
Yes.
If you can help us, Mr. Kamiri, and welcome to the show.
Thank you.
A recap of last week's, not last week, but the last time we were here, we began this conversation.
Yes.
Just a brief recap of what we discussed.
Yes.
Career choice and what we said about career choice.
Yeah, last time we were looking at the career choices, and mostly we started looking at the foundation on how the learners are transitioning or progressing, and we looked at maybe the current, because for today the career growth, you must go now through the academic level.
Yeah.
So, and we really discussed about that and how the learners now go from junior school, from lower primary, upper primary to junior school. Now they'll be going to senior school, and we'll discuss on that. And then from senior school now they get to mostly the where the lead training for professional now starts.
Yeah.
So in universities and in colleges, and we looked at how you can decide on where do you belong, because we look at the three pathways on how every one of us belong to either of the three. You're either in STEM, that is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Either belong to the social sciences, the types of George, and or you belong to arts and media, maybe the people who are controlling all the rest. So arts and sports, sorry.
Yeah.
So those are the three categories we have that groups people. And then we discussed on how do you know the STEM?
Yeah.
How do you know your social sciences? And how do you know your arts and sports?
Yeah.
Then we looked at those qualities, those characteristics. We didn't go to a lot of depth.
Yeah.
But we also discussed on how different ways you can decide who you want to be through self-discovery, through psychometric assessments, through analysis of rubrics for teachers, and all that.
Yeah.
So that's a recap of what we did last time.
Yeah. And actually, if you missed out on that particular conversation, it was such an eye-opener for me also, and also if you have a child who is going through these CBC curriculum and all, and you are asking all those questions, what happens in terms of the transition and all the different the categories that Mr. Kamiri has also mentioned, you go back and listen and rewatch that episode, because you will have another dimension in as far as understanding the new system is concerned. And so thank you so very much for that. Let's talk of trying to define career growth and development.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll take it in two ways.
All right.
Just like human being. You know, there is a way we grow.
Yes.
And also as we grow, we also develop. So for human being, growth is just my size. You know, I'm eating, I'm feeding, I'm doing the things I'm doing just to feed my body, so that at least I can grow. And you can see I'm not that child of 2 months. That progress in terms of shape, size is growing.
Yeah.
But in between me, there's also something that cannot be seen. You know, the coordination of nerves, my hearing, how I coordinate my movement, my talking. So as much as I'm growing, there's also the development that is taking place in me.
Yeah.
The same case for career. So there's that journey. Okay, we all aspire to get to achieve our full potential. So for you to achieve that full potential, there's a journey that you go through. So that journey you go through, it is mostly in 3 things. We call it an SEO.
SEO. Yeah.
That is the skilling, the experiencing, and the opportunity. So that journey you go through to gain your full potential through scaling, experiencing, and opportunities is what you call career growth.
Okay.
Career growth.
Yes.
Now, career development, it is the deliberate steps that you take now to achieve that full potential.
Yeah.
So you can be going through career growth, and that is when you go to school, you are learning, but you must also take deliberate steps to use whatever you are being taught to put it in life. That's now development. So you can be going through career growth, but you're not developing. So there are things that have to go hand in hand. Because just like a child, when the growth is taking between 3 to 6 years, that growth is taking place. Whether we like it or not, as long as he feeds well, he'll grow.
Yes.
So, but if you want that child to develop, then there are some other things that you must put in that child. So when you talk about growth, career growth, is that journey that you take to attain your full potential through skilling. Now, skilling is when you're in school, through experiencing, and through opportunities in school. It's like an academic life. Then within the same line, you take deliberate steps. You take deliberate actions. It can be an extra course. It can be a networking. It can be a job shadowing. Things like that. So you're taking extra steps, deliberate steps, so that whatever you are gaining in growth, you can develop. So that's how you define career growth
and career development.
Yes.
Wow. And actually they are, you know, maybe we thought they are the one and the same.
They are not.
But they are not.
They are not.
Yeah.
Some of us, what they have experienced is career growth.
Yes.
Because you have learned, you have gone to university, you have gained that, you have been taught.
Yes.
So there's that journey you have gone through. But the issue is, for you to gain that full potential, have you developed?
Yeah.
And that's why I would like to surprise Kenyans. If you look at the report that was done by the Kenya Employers Association, I guess, 2024, it was saying that 65% of Kenyans are unemployable.
65%?
Yes.
Ah, why is that? Hey, that's a huge percentage.
It's a huge percentage.
Yeah.
But do we ask ourselves, is it that 65% of Kenyans are not educated? No, they're educated. But what is the miss? Is the industrial needs and the academic needs are two things.
Industrial and academic needs.
Yes.
Yeah, that's where there is a mismatch.
There's a mismatch.
Yeah.
We have fulfilled an academic satisfaction.
Yeah.
Well done. I've done masters, I've done PhD, I've done bachelors, all those. But now the issue is that doctorate does it interpret to skills that you're talking about? That's now the development.
Yeah.
And that's where we are missing. Yes.
Yeah. What leads many, now that you have mentioned that, if I can pick it up from there, what now limits many of us, as you have said, those 65%, from growing, and also now the other aspect, developing in their careers?
One of the challenges we have is that many people in life, they don't have clear goals and visions. So you find, simply, I took my career because either my vision was limited or it was a bit biased. And that is not clear. So you find that you just decided, let me take which career pays well. Which career has money, people to do medicine, it is good. So you picked medicine because you think it has money. So, but you didn't have a clear goal on your career line that you want to achieve. So that is one of the things that limits people. The other thing that limits people is fear. That fear. So you find that I may not, I want to have a full understanding up to the end product. I want to see myself. Before I start anything, I want first of all to understand the end. I want to see the end. And that is one of the problems with I'll tell you the interactions. You find that you reason too much, you overthink. Then once you overthink, you think that is a strategy. It is not. It is not. As a career expert, we advise people, the best thing you can do, start from where you are. Don't overthink. Don't think that, don't first of all see the end of the staircase. Then you start. No. As you progress, clarity will come. Clarity does not come by thinking. Clarity does not come by planning. Clarity comes by experiencing. Clarity comes by exposure. So you start the journey. Then as you move on, clarity gets in. Because again, there's something that nature will always control so many. It's a force. And sometimes you may decide this is the way to go, but the nature decides that's not the way. So you must start the movement, start the motions. In fact, momentum is gained by movement. So for you to gain a career momentum, there must be a movement. The other thing that limits us is the comfort zones,
that one especially.
I can cater for my bills. I can pay my house rent. It's okay. I feel I'm good. So it limits you from maybe even exploring yourselves and knowing whether is this my light thing or not. So the other thing that also limits people is the self-awareness. So far, people do not know themselves. And this is where now the 65% comes in. Because you didn't understand yourselves, you don't understand your personalities, you didn't understand your values, you didn't understand your interests. So, and then you just took the career. And therefore, at advanced stages, you find that, is it possible to change from this thing? Let me just stick. Let me just stick. Because you feel also, I may take another line, and then I may end up being frustrated just the way I am frustrated. So those are some of the things that limits people. And also not forgetting, there are also those people who ignore continuous learning. It is very key. So those people, I want to challenge those people. You have been one line of career and you have never advanced even to a small course, a one-week course, a skilling course. You are making a stagnation in your career life. and that limits your growth, it limits your development.
Yeah.
Or maybe you might have grown, but your development is poor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I like that, because at times when we think of these things, you just think going back to school, spending years, then that's why people fear. So I'm a parent, niko na hii comfort zone and all, but I like the aspect you have saying networking,
Yes.
a short course, a week even,
Yeah.
you know,
Yes.
getting a new perspective about your career, about what you are doing. It will
Yes.
still add to what you already have.
Yes. Again, also, a lot of people do not also like, either they don't like mentorship, or they don't value mentorship,
Yeah, yeah.
or they don't understand it.
I think it's understanding.
Because when you have somebody who is challenging you,
Yeah.
challenging you, but people also, because of being at the comfort zone, you feel, I have enough challenges.
Yeah.
I don't want any more challenge anymore, because I don't see any problem I need to solve in life. The problems I have, I'm already solving.
Yeah.
So you find you don't want a mentor who can keep on challenging you, who can keep challenging you,
Yeah.
things like that. And that's why you have a lot of fights even at work.
Yeah.
So somebody tells you, today, the way you have done today's presentation, I feel you need to do this and that. Of course, you need to do something on public address. You need to do something on just some. I'm not an expert in your line.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to guess.
Yes, yes.
So then somebody recommends you and tell you, George, if you do this, or Kamiri, if you do this, you'll be a good career
Yeah,
person.
yeah.
If you do this, so people fear that also. People fear that.
Yeah. Unaniambia kwa nini? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or that thing of feeling, I know it all.
Yeah.
It's my life.
I'm an expert.
Yeah, I've been here for 20 plus 20 years.
Yeah. What are you telling me?
What are you telling me?
I've been doing this for 5-10 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what are you telling me? But people also forget there's the dynamism of professionalism.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that dynamism, if you value it, any person's opinion on you will be matters a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
And it can be a turning point for you. Yes.
And actually, it's a blessing, so that you don't even need to argue with them.
Yes.
You just, take it, appreciate, and say thank you. Then reflect. Indeed, whatever George said, can I really, or should I actually work on that? And if I work on it, where will that place me?
Yes.
You want to become better.
Yes.
As you said, dynamism. So you may be good at, report preparation and all. But now the presentation aspect is where there is a challenge.
Exactly.
You see that now that's a different dynamic.
It's a different dynamic.
So you now go an extra mile. And now how do I enhance my presentation skills?
Exactly. And the next time you're doing it,
Yes.
you'll be better.
You'll be better.
That person will tell you, the way you did it today.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so you'll be able to. The reason why those people need to understand that the dynamism in life today, it needs an all-round person. I'm a scientist.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm a scientist. But now, if I stick with science principles, I may not be able to address the social sciences and the art people.
Yes, yes.
So you find, as a career person,
Yes.
and if I'm really scientific, for me to be able to get to social science people, what do? I must ensure that I value people. I want to understand people, because that's about empathy, how people are.
Yeah.
I have to be expressive.
Yes.
Because sports and arts people are very expressive. So that's why you find even today the way I talk.
Yes.
I was in a place on Saturday and I was presenting and I was telling teachers just around Nairobi.
Yeah.
Across the country, because they had come at Park.
Yeah.
Actually, we had
Park University.
Yes.
Ah.
So and I was telling them on different aspects of teachers, the personality for teachers, and they could ask me at the end, "Who are you?" Because you see your physics chemistry teacher.
Yeah.
Yes, but who are you? You seem like you are in all. But that is what you call adaptability. It is because I've been corrected by so many people so that I'm able to fulfill and to meet the need of all my listeners.
Yeah.
So
I can imagine you coming here with your science, wearing your science hat. Hey. Ungekuwa na kazi ngumu hapa.
You'll be asking me a question, then I tell you yes.
Yes, no.
That's all.
Yeah.
So the debate becomes high.
Very dull.
Yeah, very dull.
Yeah.
People will fear also to ask you questions.
Yes.
But so the same case, even when you are or people, I know there are so many people viewing us this morning. No, don't be so rigid.
Yeah.
You miss adaptability, you miss development. And when your career line is not developing, you become boring. And that's when you start burnouts because nobody values you. You become depressed. You feel like I cannot go to work. And it is only that I've closed the door for my development of my career. Yes.
So it becomes so, on that, it becomes so monotonous.
Yes.
It becomes so routine that you are not longing to even go and do that which you even graduated to do.
Exactly.
And so that's why it's important more often to spice up your career by doing something new.
Yes.
Adding another aspect into your career path.
Yes.
Now with that, you will be longing. I want now to practice what I was able to learn.
Yes.
Whatever I learned last week in that seminar, in that conference, 1 week, you're looking forward to now Monday to come and put into practice and see whether it works.
Exactly.
So there is excitement.
There's excitement. And actually the people, when you're implementing whatever you are, it's the people who gives you, it's the recipient who always, because the reflection is not with you. No. The reflection is with people.
Yeah.
Because every time we say after skill development, after skilling, is a reflection.
Yes.
So once you have gained that knowledge, you have to come and use it. Then the user, as you're using it, the receiver will give a feedback. That is a reflection.
Yeah.
And they're also the people also who guide you. They can, development mostly can be guided by people.
Yeah.
Because they're the people who tells you, this is the way you're doing this. This is great.
Yeah.
This is okay.
Yeah.
This is bad. Move on with this. The way you have done today, awesome.
Yeah.
So, and then you're able to know, now the next skilling, I'll skill on my emotions, emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
It's poor.
Yeah.
The next time, I look on how, psychology. I'll do something in psychology. So by the end of the day, you find you are not sticking. You are a doctor, yes, but be a doctor who understands people.
Yeah.
Be a doctor who can work with children. You are a lawyer, yes, but also be a lawyer who can work with bad people, with good people, like that.
Yeah.
So balancing.
Balancing.
Exactly.
And I'm listening to you, and I'm very much concerned with us modern parents, because the SEO, skills, experience, and opportunities. And now I'm telling my son or my daughter, hakuna kitu najua ya maisha. So allow me to do these things for you.
Yes.
So we are picking careers for our children based on this one pays well. Tuko Kenya. This career does not sell. In Kenya, Ihaiko. Don't even try to go that route. What's the danger with that? We touched on it last time out, I remember.
Yes.
But I don't mind a recap, because I feel that is one really big problem in our homes.
Now, as we said last time, parents need to understand that they are not their children.
No. They are living their own lives.
They are living their own lives.
Yes.
And that's why they have two heads. They have their head, and the child has his or hers. Is a totally that's why there is birth. There is a separation.
The birthing.
Yes.
They separate.
That's where the separation starts.
I like that.
So the child is no longer feeding from the mother. Is not feeding through nature.
Yes.
And external sources. It's not from internal sources. So, in this case, therefore, whatever we tell our learners, they have their senses, their eyes, they're different from their mothers.
Yeah.
Their senses are different from their mothers and their parents. So when you dictate a career line for your child, you have spoiled that life. What a parent should do, it is to help the learner be aware of him or herself. Because now these are the levels. When we talk about the levels, in fact, we can just talk about levels now.
Yes.
So the reason why we have the parent, it is to ensure that you take the learner through the levels of career growth and career development.
Yeah.
If I can start with the levels of career development, we talk about 4 levels. So the level number 1, it is what we call, the learner is going through the self-awareness. The self-awareness. So it is the parent to ensure that as the kid is in school, you let the child be aware, not to decide,
No.
be aware of him or herself. You are the parent, you are the one to shape that child. See where is the potential,
Yeah.
and you direct the potential to the right way.
Yeah.
So because you know the personality, you can understand the personality for your child. We didn't discuss about the personalities. So when we talk about the personality, and we said it is the thinking, the feeling, and the behavior of a child. So you are the parent. You are more experienced.
Yeah.
You have got so many opportunities.
Yes.
You have got a lot of skills. So you can use your SEO to tune the child to the light thinking, to the light feeling, and the light behavior.
Yeah.
That is your mandate. It's to explore, give him the information. Let him know A plus B will be equal to C. That's the issue.
Yeah.
But you don't need to tell that to your child that A is the right thing, while you, for me, B is the correct one,
Yeah.
is the light.
Yeah.
Because what we miss out, there's something light and there's also something appropriate. Those are two different things.
Right,
And
appropriate. Yeah.
The careers you have and the career I have,
Yes.
they are both right.
Right. Yeah.
But what you have is right, yes. But is it appropriate for me?
Yeah.
You see, it is not
No.
for me, because this is your rain. I will not. I will not. The same case.
Yes.
You know, I'm a teacher, so it is a right career. It's a good career. But is it appropriate for you?
No.
So parents need to know that not all things that are right
Yeah.
are appropriate.
Appropriate.
Yes, and not all things that are appropriate
Yeah.
are right. So let the learner take light career,
Yeah.
but appropriate to them.
Yeah.
But if you decide because it is right, then somewhere in life they miss development, because we really develop our careers
Yeah.
because we have interest in them. You know, it's something in you.
Yeah.
You feel, let me do this, let me do this. You are developing.
Yeah.
But if you are not in line with your career, you find development, it is a big challenge.
Yeah.
And that's why the 65% is coming in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm only trained for engineer, mechanical engineer. I will only look for an employment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's take an example of India. India, we have it's far much, bro. The opportunity index in India is very small. But an employment level, the employability level, it's still very low.
Yeah.
In Kenya, opportunities is quite big, the opportunity index.
Yeah.
So, but the unemployability in Kenya is very low. Why? An example of India. India is a country, I'm using India because most of us, even when we're in school, we learned about the cottages industries in India.
Yeah.
And it has the most cottage industries. Look at the population for India is 1.3, 1.4 billion.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm a mechanical engineer, number one, I have no expectation to be employed by the government,
No.
because I know opportunities are not there.
Yeah.
So, therefore, Indians, they learned we must skill our learners from young age.
Yeah.
So, when I'm a mechanical engineer and I know very well I will not be employed by the government, what do? I look for relevant skills. Ninajua kuchonga chuma.
Yeah.
I will do my own engine.
Yeah.
I will produce my own nails with that machine that I've made, homemade,
Yeah.
in my own loom.
Yes.
I'll produce sufurias, I'll produce cups, I'll produce clay,
Yeah.
I'll produce other things, and those are things that you're buying in Nairobi. Doesn't mean that we don't have mechanical engineers in Kenya.
No.
We have,
Yeah.
but where are they? They're tamacking. Skill development. Where is the problem? We chose careers for them. We decided career line for them. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. You have mentioned something, challenges that we face when we are trying to develop our careers. What are some of these challenges, and how can we be able to mitigate so that we don't encounter these challenges as we try to develop our careers?
One of the common challenges that people face in maybe their developing of careers is the limited opportunities. You find there are limited opportunities in the current environment. So you really feel that all you see is all we have.
Yeah. And that's why and that's why it brings me back, sorry for interjecting,
Yes.
to why the parents feel
Yes.
I need to intervene.
because they, all you
Because
see
exactly.
is all we have.
Yes.
But that's not true.
Yeah.
It's not all what is here. It's not about media.
So this is all that I've just been exposed to this
Exactly. So you'll make your decision
based on
this.
this exposure.
Yes. Simply because of the, those things that limit us up
Yes,
there. We
yes.
said there's no mentor. You're not ready to have an experience of bigger challenges. And therefore, you always tend to think that all you have experienced in life is all that we have. But that is not true.
No.
We have a lot. We have a lot. And that's why we encourage people to do a lot of benchmarking, do a lot of job shadowing. So, and even those companies that employ people, and they always fix them in that company.
Yeah.
You never have an exposure of another company somewhere else. How do they do their things? What do they have? You may go to another studio and you find that their camera is far much different from what you have. You say, wow,
Yes.
what
Yeah.
an experience.
Yes.
And that one, maybe it is more advanced in technology.
Yeah.
Or somebody may come here and say, wow, why are you using all these cameras I can see around?
Yeah.
Why are you using that one? Why are you using that one? For us in our studio, you only use one, a small one.
But it gives us...
So therefore, it gives a challenge. From there you say, can I get a connection in Hope Media to learn more about whatever they are doing? It's a benchmarking.
Yeah.
We talk about job shadowing. Job shadowing is when you go and you attach with a more advanced guy in media or maybe in career, guys who have done a lot of huge psychometric assessment. They have done huge training in careers. I get to know what are you doing different from who I am. You have given me a huge challenge. And that is like a skill gap of another 2 years. So in the next 2 years, I'm engaged because I want to be that great guy. So it is good for people to know that from today, I want all our viewers to know, the parents here, that this world, it is not all what you are seeing that we have in life.
Just your lenses.
Yes, they're just there.
Yeah.
Explore a bit.
Yeah.
So we are limited in our opportunities in our environment, and therefore it is a challenge for us to. The other thing we have is also balancing work, family, and our self-employment is also a challenge. So you find you tend to balance your work so that you can do something else. There's a word that is being used today, hustling, side hustle.
Yeah, side hustle.
Because what you are getting where you are is maybe not enough. And you find that you need to do something extra. But this is what I would advise people. If you can intensively and extensively develop the role that you already have today, it is enough to create other sources for you. If you decide on building yourself a lot, discovering yourself more, that part can really expose you more than deciding to leave what I am doing and go for something else.
Yeah.
So you do this, you do that, you do that, you do that. So, but if you are advanced in one line, in different categories, it's just like I'm a physics teacher. Just like when you throw a stone in a water, so it developed lippos. So you find that from one point, those lippos move outwards. If you throw two stones, that one there and another one very close to that one, so they develop two lippos. So lippos, they come, when they meet, they cancel each other. So you may think that you are productive in different aspects of your career, but you are not. The beauty is, the best thing is, from where you are, grow, develop outwards. Source for energies, look for experiences within your line. If you feel it is not rewarding enough, you made a long choice, then make a turnaround. Choose another career.
Awesome.
So, there are quite a number of things. Workplace politics is also a challenge. So those workplace politics and biases. Simply because my boss loved me so much. He liked the way I'm working. He gave me a challenge to be a leader in a particular office. And therefore, I felt like I've been chosen because I'm a good leader. But you're not. It is just the favoring situations at that time. So those are called politics and biases, and don't really take them. So burnout and lack of motivation, people, you just,
People are just there.
yeah.
Hey, kwanza this Kenya. You see people going to work to the office. Hey, they are gloomy, they are dull. They are like, where am I even going? But now because of their bills to be paid, that's the only motivating
Exactly.
factor.
So the burnout
Yeah.
and the motivation, you find it is too low. And that's why you find some of the offices you go
Yeah.
in the morning, and you wonder,
And it's in the morning.
it is the morning.
The period you're supposed to be more energetic,
It is
more
8.
productive.
It is 8 in the morning.
Yeah.
But someone has just got to the office. You're first of all preparing your 10 o'clock
Clock
tea.
tea.
Then you can start working. By that time is 9.
Yeah.
So you work from 9, 9:30, already you have already now gone for a 10 o'clock tea.
break.
You have only worked for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So after that, then you come sit down for 1-2 hours. You start now thinking, where do I take lunch? It is calls. Tutaenda lunch. Utanipeleka lunch wapi? Lack of burnout, lack of motivation, all those things. So also financial constraint is also an issue.
Yeah.
But people need to know that it is not every time you want career development that you have to look for finances.
No.
You have a lot of information online. You have a lot of information. You can dwell on.
Yeah.
So let's make use of those. Yes.
Yeah.
Those are common challenges that I can really discuss about.
Yeah.
Yes.
Would you help us tackle or address some of the levels of career growth? Because I believe there are levels.
Yes, there are levels.
Kindly take us through those levels.
Sorry, I touched a bit and then So the level, we have both the levels of career growth and the levels of career development. Let me start, because a lot of us, we have gone through the levels of career growth.
Yes.
Because these levels are now, when you talk about, when you start schooling, the first level, let me start with the growth.
Yeah.
Between 3 and 6 years. That is the first level. It's a foundational, is a foundational level. And this is where when the learners are in school, because it's a growth.
Yeah.
So they are taught about the foundational skills, the socio-emotional skills, the cognitive skills, because they're in school. The psychomotor, those learners, 3 to 6 is between PG today and around grade 1 there, 6 year, or maybe PP1, PG.
Yes.
Mostly is up to grade 1.
Yes.
So that's the first level. And that's one, mostly they require the socio-emotional skills, because that's how to socialize with people, how to work with people, motor, how they develop, how they grow their motor skills and all that. So the cognitive, and those are the foundational skills that they gain there. So from there we go to level 2, which is now between 6 years or maybe 7 years, but the most is who was interlapped kidogo. So 6 years to about 12 years.
Okay.
So this is now when you're starting the academic, mostly is academic and cognitive, because they go together.
Yeah.
The cognitive, the reason why you gain academic skills is because of all academic growth. It is also because of cognitive skills or growth.
Okay.
And we said cognitive growth or skills. Now there are things like numeracy. You have been taught mathematics. So, but can you be able to solve a life issue that requires mathematics that you have been taught in school? That's a numeracy skill. Then we have the mechanical. And I want to challenge Kenyans, because the reason why Kenyans, we are poor problem solvers is because we don't have a mental picture of the solution.
Mental picture of the solution.
Because the reason why you cannot solve anything, it is because someone does not see the end. What should be because solution should be a shape.
Yeah.
Solution should be an art, a picture that you can create in your mind. So, but if you don't have a picture of a problem, a solution, you not solve that.
Yeah.
And therefore, that's something that I've really seen in our schools, in our career line, in our employment line, because I've talked to so many corporates.
Yeah.
So you find that people are not able to be taught on how to mechanical skills. Those are called mechanical skills.
Yeah.
How can they figure a solution as an image in their minds, so that when you are implementing, it's just because already you know what you're doing.
Yes.
So those things. So, and then we go to level 3, between 12 to 18. This is now where you start. There's a lot of research now coming in, a lot of readership are coming in.
Yeah.
At that age, we also have the technical skills are coming in, and then the final level is for 18 and above.
Yeah.
Is now the advanced academics, the advanced stages, the leadership, now you're doing it, things like that.
Yeah.
So that is for levels of career growth. Now the levels of career development, there are 4. So one, we say the skill development. That's the first one.
Yeah.
And they can rotate around. The reason why they are these one, the 4 of them,
Yeah.
zinazunguka. For instance, you can be at the level of career growth, but development is still taking place. That's what we said.
Yeah.
So these levels, they take place in every level of career growth. There has to be career development. So, for instance, in every level of career growth, skill development is taking place.
Yeah.
You're getting more skills. You're getting more exposure to life.
Yeah.
So once you get that skill, then the level 2 that you go is what we call now the awareness.
Yeah.
So are you aware about yourselves? Are you aware about the careers that are there?
Yeah.
Because already you know yourselves. Then from there we go to what we call career exploration. Now you start exploring. So whichever stage you're in,
Yeah.
even if it is the 3 to 6 years, teachers and facilitators must teach our learners how to explore. How do you explore? You explore through art. You explore through visiting. You explore through talking.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah.
When you are at age 12, like now those who are in junior school, you need now to explore. How do you explore? You need to do job shadowing. It's something we advise parents. So when that learner is from 12 years, or even before that, even 10, around there, let them start exploring. How do they explore? Attach them to a doctor. That's a job shadowing. Attach them to a doctor. Okay, we have guidelines on exposure. Attach them to a doctor. That doctor that kid is going to stay with the doctor, see how the doctor do their things. Then he will come by the end of the day and tell you, hey, daddy, that environment in hospital, I don't like it.
Yeah.
People could come there, accidents, meaning, I don't want.
Yeah.
You see already, because he's trying to connect his values and the environment and sees, no. It's an exploration.
Yeah.
It's an exploration.
Yeah.
Then ask him, what do you want? He tells you, no, I want to be a lawyer. Okay, get a lawyer. Connect him with a lawyer. Let him hear a lawyer talk about article in the Constitution of Kenya, Article 242, sub-article A, B, penal codes, all those things they talk about. Mtoto atasikiza. Sasa this guy is talking about articles, what? All those things can I grab? And by the end of the day, let him also go with the lawyer in the courts. In
the courts, yeah.
And then the lawyer says all those things. And then that guy is jailed for 10 years or 20 years. He'll come home saying, "Ay, daddy, lawyer.
Nafunga watu.
Hey, lawyer, you know a lot. Aliongea mambo mingi. Lakini hata huyo mtu alifungwa miaka 10. Imagine. Now you ask him, okay, what do you want to be? I want to be a mechanic. Okay. Remember, it's still a young age.
Yes.
No pressure of choosing a career path.
Yeah.
You have time. So take him to a mechanic around there. 1-2 days. Then he'll come. You hear him talking about new things. He tell you, daddy, hey, today we don't have carburetor cars. We have different. Now they are talking about VVTIs, what?
Yes.
You know, and then you start, okay.
This is it.
I can get your line now. I can get your line of thinking.
Yeah.
So if you stand out getting that line of thinking, now have an exposure for him more in that line.
Yeah.
So by the end of the day, now he'll be scaling down until he gets the niche.
Yeah.
So once you see that his passion is in mechanics, already he has decided for you, he's a STEM guy. He's a physics guy.
Yeah.
He's a maths guy.
Yeah.
He's a chemistry guy. That's sorted. Once you get to senior school, then you start now scaling down so that you can know now you are mechanical engineer, yes.
Yeah.
But which exactly line do you go for mechanical engineer? Do a lot of job shadowing, things like that. So by the end of the day, you find that, I made a career choice for my child very easily. Or I help my learner make a career choice very easily. So, and then when you're done with the career exploration, now the final level is what you call career decision making. Most of us, we are forced to make a decision when other stages has not taken place. You're not aware of yourself.
Overlook the whole process. Yeah.
You're not aware of yourself. You have not explored anything.
Yeah.
You're not aware of anything. And out of nothing, you're supposed to decide something. How can that work?
Yeah.
It can't work. And parents, I want you to ask yourself, you want your son to make a decision from nothing.
Yeah.
So you want something from nothing. How is that? It's
Not
only God.
possible.
It's only God who made
Mm.
things from nothing
Nothing to something.
to something.
Yeah.
But already they were inspiration.
Mm.
So even as we must ensure that we decide properly
Yeah.
the career line for
Yeah,
children.
yeah.
Yes.
As we are almost coming to the close of our conversation, what are some of the misconceptions that we have when we talk of career growth and development? There are so many misconceptions.
Yes, there's so
Allow
many.
me to start with one so that you pick it up from there.
Yes.
Once I start growing myself, there is an expectation that lazima kuwe na financial. I may be wrong, but I think it's a misconception.
It's a misconception. It's a huge misconception.
Yeah.
So because quite a number of misconceptions that you have in career growth and development.
Yeah.
People think that it is automatic. Simply you think because I'm here, now I'm a Bachelor of Education Science teacher. No. Career growth and development is automatic. No, it is not. It is not. It is intentional. Yeah, it's not automatic.
No.
You need to understand career growth and development is intentional. Yes. So that's one of misconceptions. So you get to unemployment and you think now from here, things will be new.
Yes.
No, it's not automatic. It is intentional. So you must intend and say, this is what I'm going to do. Another thing we'd say, we have is that it is only promotion that means growth. That's another misconception. That unless I'm promoted, my career line has not grown, I've not developed.
Yeah.
That is a misconception. So career, it's not actually vertical. It can be vertical, can be lateral.
Yeah.
Career growth can be vertical, can be lateral. So you can be even where you are, but you are better, you, than the former. So there's experiences that you are gaining, there are skills that you are gaining.
Yeah.
So there are more courses you are doing, there are more exposure that you're having today that removes, let me call it, the foolishness of yesterday. So there are mistakes that you did yesterday.
Yeah.
But why should you continue doing them?
Yeah.
You think that you are going to remove some mistakes by promotion? No, that's a misconception. So you still make the same
mistake.
So if you want to be the CEO of the company you're working on, don't wait until that time comes.
That you're promoted.
Start now when you are the junior staff. Act like one. Start making decisions like a CEO. Start wearing like a CEO. Start talking and walking like a CEO. That is a development. You'll face a lot of challenges.
Yeah.
But with the time, that challenges you're able to overcome. So it is career growth and development does not come by promotion. It is a misconception.
Yeah.
Other people say that you must stick to one line of career path forever. That's a misconception. That's simply because I'm a teacher, physics, chemistry. Now for the rest of my life, I'm a physics, chemistry teacher. So whether I'm bored, whether I'm burnout,
this is you.
That's a misconception. So you can still find a niche of where you are because I'm a physics chemistry teacher. But at the moment, I'm not teaching.
You're not teaching,
I'm not teaching.
Yeah.
I've then got a number of things. I've never left the class.
No.
But I'm still teaching in different dimensions.
Yeah.
Because I'm that type of a teacher. When I was teaching, by the way, I could still look for other things outside to go. I could feel comfortable teaching in an informal way than in class.
Yeah.
So I was more productive when I was dealing with the tuitions, actually. I could organize holiday tuitions when I'm dealing with different learners than when I'm in class.
Confined to a classroom.
So this thing could disturb me for most of the time. Then I came and so when I got an opportunity to be in a publishing, I just went. And I was so productive because I used my skills in teaching. I could use books, physics, chemistry. I could get to Mangu High. I could tell the teachers, I want to teach you a class with this book. Physics. I could get to some schools in Machakos across the country. So, and I could sell that book through my skills, and I could feel so comfortable. So you find instead of being burned, those bad experiences, the burnout in the area I am, or saying that this is all I have, explore other areas. Yes. So that is a misconception. Another thing is that career development ends after a certain age. That's still something else. Like now, I've experienced so many people saying, when you are retiring, people, you are given a spade and a wheelbarrow.
Yeah.
Because you believe that once I've been a doctor, I can never become anything else.
Yeah.
That is a misconception. The age of a particular age, retirement, does not mean that you kill your career. No. There's still other things that you can do.
Yeah.
Consultancy.
Yeah.
There's so many things that you can do from that level.
Yeah.
So those are some of the misconceptions that we have, but there's a truth.
Yeah. Time is far much spent. Talk to us and remind us of the importance of engaging a career consultant.
The importance of career consultant is like you want to go to a place you don't know. So today, what do you use? You use Google Maps.
Google Maps, yeah.
You use the Google Map that so it is able to direct you. So it is the same case when you use a personalized a career consultant who is personalized. You're able to get that personalized roadmap on where you want to be.
Yeah.
Remember, that career person has a lot of exposure in different industries. So we're able to scale from where you are to take you through. You discover yourself. Once you discover yourself, able to take your discoveries, your characters, and connect with the appropriate, not the right, appropriate career load, a career path for you.
Yeah.
So it becomes easier because there are things that you don't know. So it becomes easier for you. Then that person is also able to identify your hidden strengths.
Yeah.
And also he is able to identify your, people don't like calling them weaknesses. They call them the areas of improvement.
Yeah.
So we are able to get those areas of improvement.
Yeah.
Things like that. Again, the career expert will also help you to overcome that stagnation. And they'll be able to tell you that from your career line, you have stagnated. I can ask you, there are some tests we do for people, mostly in corporate. And once you're done with that test, I can tell you, you have stagnated in your career. That's why you're experiencing this, experiencing that. So those are some of the importances. Again, this person will also help you to navigate. A career consultant will help you to navigate through your career line.
Yeah.
So you are stuck, then he's able to unblock you. You are stuck here, I know a route 2 we can use to get to your destination.
Yeah.
So those are some of the importances, again, without forgetting that it also saves time.
Yeah.
It saves time, it saves your energy, it saves your finances.
Yeah.
So it is important to engage one.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I hope that we engage one so that we can be able to, get help and assistance in as far as our career development, career growth as well is concerned. We can continue with this conversation because it's so important, not just for those who are coming out of high schools and all, or those who are joining universities, but also even for us who are in these careers.
Sure.
To know how to grow and also to develop
Sure.
as well. So thank you so very much. We can continue with this, but I know someone may be asking, how do I get in touch with Mr. Kamiri? How can we get in touch with you? How can we connect with you?
One, you can connect us in different ways. We're in social media.
Okay.
Our social handles, Career Track Africa. Across, we're in Facebook, Career Track Africa. We're in TikTok, Career Track Africa. We're in which is Instagram, Career Track Africa. So then also we have our website, careertrackafrica.co.ke. So for us, you can still connect to us. You can call our office number, which is 0745 823 962. Yeah, 0745 823 962.
Mr. Kamiri, thank you so very much.
Thank you so much.
Full of wisdom, full of knowledge as well. And you break it down in ways that we are able to understand and even be able to implement. A true teacher, I must say.
I'm grateful.
Thank you so very much.
Yeah, there's a lot we can tell our viewers.
Yeah.
There's a lot on careers.
Awesome.
Yes.
And we will continue with these conversations
Great.
for our own being, our own well-being,
Sure.
and also even for those who are in institutions of learning,
Yes.
wherever they are.
Yes.
So thank you so very much, and regards to everyone at Career Track Africa.
I'm so grateful.
Karibu.
Thank you so much.
Asante sana.
Thank you
And
so
thank you so very much for tuning in to today's episode of Financial Fitness. I know you are in a better position now in as far as career growth and development is concerned. A lot can be done, a lot you can be able to do, even in your area where you currently are. I like the aspect that career growth and development does not necessarily, must not necessarily come when you get the promotion. You can start where you are. Start acting like that CEO. Start walking. Start talking. Start carrying yourself like a CEO. And you never know. You never know. Down the line, things may happen. Things will happen. So thank you so very much. Continue interacting with us across our social media platforms. You can share today's link with our loved ones in that career, in that institution, so that they can get that rejuvenation for them to keep on keeping on. Thank you so very much on behalf of the team that has made today's production a success. From me, George Gishoro, it is to wish you a blessed and a fruitful day ahead. From us, it's Kwaheri for now.